Hey guys, so today I'm doing another foundation first impressions. I'm super excited because I've been wanting to try this foundation for so long. It's really talked about here on YouTube and it's time that I go ahead and I try it for you guys. So it's the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I got the shade 05 Warm Beige, which I think might be more of like a summery shade for me because I feel like I'm lightened up since my suntan, my self-tanner kind of faded. But it's okay. So this retails for $8.97 or $9 at Walmart. At Walgreens or online, I saw it for like $10.99 on the Milani's website. Or you can get this off of Amazon as an add-on item for $6.99. I did that. I was buying things from Amazon. So if you like to buy things from Amazon, as long as it's $25 or up, you can put this as an add-on item for only $6.99. That's amazing, you guys. I would definitely look into that. So I'm gonna pull up right now the claims of this foundation because I wanna first tell you the claims, then I'm gonna show you when I apply it, and then I'll be checking in throughout the day, 5-hour, 8-hour, and then at the end of the night, and letting you guys know and see how it wears on my skin. Combat under eye circles, redness, and other skin imperfections with this full coverage, water-resistant foundation plus concealer in one. A no mess, no drip pump dispenses just the right amount of fluid needed to achieve a flawless look and works around the clock to keep skin looking naturally perfect. So it doesn't say if this foundation is supposed to be matte. It just says in the back, it's medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So that's what it says back here. Now the kind of skin that I have, really quickly, also my skin shade. You guys, I always list in the description box what skin foundations match me, so you can go through there and use it as a reference. So check the description box, I always list it. In Fit Me, I'm 220. In L'Oreal Lumi, I'm a W5. So that is usually like where I land in the shade range. So I'm an NC35-ish, NC30, around there. That's my shade. So go check down below in the description box. I have all different kinds of foundations listed down there. So okay, so my skin. I have normal to dry skin. I have dry patches, like especially if I had a blemish. So right here I have a dry patch. I have some dryness on this side, and then my skin is pretty much normal-ish, dryish. I feel like if I do a good job of moisturizing, which I found a really good moisturizer, my skin becomes normal. But if I don't, my skin will get really, really dry really quickly. So it's normal to dry skin. I have sensitive skin, so my skin will break out. And if a foundation is gonna make me break out, by the end of the night, if I wear it from morning all the way till night, I probably will have a blemish growing, or I can feel it, or it's actually a new blemish on my skin. Yes, it's possible, it happens. I'm not trying anything else that's new. I shouldn't have new blemishes or anything like that. I can usually tell when it has to do with foundation, but usually with drugstore foundation, that doesn't happen very often. It happens more with higher end foundations. I don't know what the ingredient is. I have to figure out what ingredient does that. But anyways, so I'm really excited to do a first impressions. If you like this type of videos, give me a big old fat thumbs up and let's go. I am so excited to try this foundation. I've been wanting to try this foundation for a long, long time. And I know my eyebrows are extra bold right now. I need to redo this eyebrow. Like the eyebrow's super thick, so I had to thicken this one up to fit this one, and so I have to pluck it out. Anyways, today we're talking about the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, and I've been wanting to try this baby out for so long, and today's the day. I'm in the shade 05 Warm Beige, which is actually my summery shade. I think 04 would fit me a lot better, but I didn't get 04, I got this one. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And not that I'm definitely not tan. I mean, I am not tan right now, but I'm excited to try this little baby out. So it has a pump, which is really, 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 really nice. And it's cute packaging, it's glass, you know, really sleek. So I'm gonna be using, of course, the Beauty Blender on one side of my face, and my e.l.f. powder brush on the other side. This is my favorite foundation brush at the moment. My legit favorite. So first I'm going to start with primer. This is a NYX Angel Veil Primer. I use this a lot. It just helps really smooth out my skin. Not that I have a lot of texture, but it's just a nice base for foundation. But this is a full pump right there, and you can see it's kind of thick. It's thicker foundation. So I'm going to dot it all over my face and blend it in. This actually blends out really nicely and smoothly with the Beauty Blender. Like sometimes the Beauty Blender I feel like makes things look blotchy. Sometimes. I'm gonna go in one more time because that's kind of light medium coverage, and let's see. Now, a beauty blender is going to always give you lighter coverage. Even if it's a tad bit lighter, it usually will always lighten the coverage of your foundation. I feel like that's a high medium coverage for sure. It looks good. I don't say it's a high coverage because you can still see my under eye circles, but it really just evened everything out on that side of the face. So I'm gonna go in with the brush on the other side now. The foundation is blending out really nicely. Like it covered up a lot of this, but it's definitely matte and it's kind of clinging around the dry spots. You know, like around your acne when it's just dry there. That's how it's not even acne, it's like more of a scab now. I doubt this foundation will break me out. I don't think matte foundations don't break me out. It's if they're too thick or luminous or anything like that that they could possibly break me out. And if that happened, I would notice by the end of the night. And yes, I know my skin, and yes, I would get a brand new blemish by the end of the night if it was a foundation that was going to break me out. I do get acne that fast. That's how sensitive my skin is. So, not even acne, like a blemish. I'll get a blemish. Okay, so no rants today, no rants today. So I think that I got maybe slightly better coverage on the brush side, but I think the Beauty Blender did a really good job. I'm super impressed. The Beauty Blender side definitely looks more like natural. I'm gonna kind of blend the side out a little bit more, but it's definitely cleaning into like my creases, like my forehead creases, and like my little scabby friend here. But it is a matte foundation. Like it looks pretty dang matte on my skin. But the difference is I didn't have to use as much foundation on the brush side because it was more concentrated. And on the Beauty Blender side, I had to use a full pump for one side of my face, or a 3/4 of a pump for one side of my face. So I don't like wasting product. So I'm gonna go with the concealer. This, as you can tell, it says it's a concealer. It's a foundation and concealer. I spot concealed this little guy and he did a good job, but like I'll try to go in with my finger as like a concealer would. This is too matte to work as a concealer. If it had more of a natural finish, then maybe, but like it just makes that area look super dry. But it did, I mean, I guess it concealed it. Besides the dryness kind of going around that area, I'll show you in a moment, it did conceal it. I mean, it's gone. I mean, this little fella down here too, who was red, isn't red anymore. He's basically concealed. So I'm putting on some concealer. This is the LA Color, LA Girl concealer. I'm gonna use this concealer. Okay, do you see this little guy? You see how the creases, like you can see my lines? And like this little guy, it just looks dry. Like it concealed it, but it still looks dry around there. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I shall be back. Okay, so I finished putting on the rest of my makeup. I'll tell you really quickly what I put on. So I used all over the face the Ish Contour Kit in light medium. It's my first time trying it. So I used these two to contour with. I use this as a highlight and this as a blush. It's the only thing I have on my face right now. And then on the eyes, I use the Kathleen Lights Morphe palette. I also sprayed the Milani Make It Last setting spray all over the face. It just made everything look beautified and beautiful. Not that it didn't look beautiful before, but then I used on the lips the NYC lip liner in Bare, and on top of that the Dose of Color matte liquid lipstick in Bear With Me. So that's what I have on the face. But this is what the foundation looks like basically afterwards. I still think it looks matte. It's a matte foundation. It's settling into like, yeah, it's settling into my lines, like my smile lines, like these little babies and these little babies up here. It's settling into all the lines. Maybe when it warms up, it might not. Some foundations, I feel like when you first apply it, it looks, but then it warms up to the skin and it kind of melts, and not melts, but it kind of absorbs into the skin and the lines don't look as bad. So maybe that will happen. It didn't oxidize. It's just a little bit darker, even though right now it doesn't seem like not too bad of a match. But it does have a matte finish. It did erase any pores. Like I don't look like I have pores right here, which is really nice. It's pore minimizing, and I'm guessing because it's matte. I do think it's kind of clinging around my little dry patch right there. So next time I would put, like, I would really prep it with some like argan oil or something like that on my face. This is one of those foundations I would either mix with argan oil or put argan oil all over my face first before using this. But I do feel like it's more of a full coverage. I felt like I did get full coverage. I didn't get full coverage off the bat, but I think as I added some, I got full coverage for me, for what's full coverage for me. I'm really excited. I'll be checking in with you guys at the 5-hour mark, then at the 8-hour mark, and then at the very end of the night, so you can kind of see how this foundation wears on top of the skin. But yeah, I am also going to take you guys live, do live check-ins on Instagram and Snapchat in my story. Go follow me there if you're interested in that and you don't want to miss that in the future. You can kind of know what's going on ahead of time. But anyways, I like it so far. It looks good, and yeah, I'll see you guys in 5 hours. It is 10:44 right now. So, okay, so I'm back. It's 3:30. It's been 5 hours, and I changed my shirt because I'm doing dishes, do my lady stuff that I need to do. All right. So first off, I noticed that underneath my eyes, it's creasing. So I wouldn't use this as concealer. I wouldn't say that it's a 2-in-1 foundation and a concealer. Also, I have dry skin, guys, okay? I have dry skin. I do live in Arizona and it's rather hot here, but I haven't really been outside. I've been to a store and that's it, but it's like breaking down like here. Also, I feel like my nose area looks really oily, and also an hour after I put this on, I went to the Dollar Tree, and in the sun, I hated how this foundation looked. It looked terrible on my skin. It just looked dry on my skin, and it's dry, but yet it's oily right here. It's just like breaking down, and I don't have oily skin, so it's just really weird. Also, it's really dry around this little scabby guy. I'll bring you guys in close in a second to see that. Also, I lost coverage around my chin, which is rather weird. Honestly, I think the Beauty Blender side looks a lot better. Like, it just looks a lot smoother. Like, I really blended it into the skin. I don't think the brush blended it into the skin really well on this side, which is totally odd because I love the brush. I love using my foundation brush for just about every foundation, but I guess this one's not a good one. Also, you can definitely see my smile lines and kind of the creasing in my like forehead area. So far, I am not liking this foundation at all. It does not look good. It doesn't match me. First off, it's really dark in the sunlight. Like, it looked really dark. So I don't know. I'm not liking it so far. So yeah, let's bring you guys in closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so can you see this little scabby friend here? He's super dry. You can see the foundation just settled into lines, and it looks dry, but yet not dry. Like, it's not dry. It's like coming apart. It's like coming apart. I don't know if you can see like right here or not, but it just, and then my chin, like I don't have, this is like a little just dark spot on my face, and it completely, the coverage on my chin just completely came off. Okay. So can you see how that's kind of like almost blotching up, and then you can see the foundation just settling into my lines. Like, it's not a good concealer, which I could have told you that from the get-go that it wouldn't be, but then it's just like, oh, I have something under there. Just like not looking good. Can you see my little scabby friend here? He looks terrible, and then it's just settling into the lines. So far, no bueno. I will check back with you guys in 8 hours, so 3 more hours from now, like 6:30ish, and then at the end of the night to tell you my final thoughts on this foundation. My final first impression thoughts of this foundation. So I'm sorry that I missed my 8-hour check-in. It is now 11 hours. It is 9:30, and I thought that I would go ahead and do a check-in. All of my foundation is basically off. Like, I feel like the coverage is completely gone. It's basically all skin now. Right here, this little guy is still super, super, super dry, and it lost a lot of coverage there. So I feel like if you have dry skin and dry patches on your skin, you want to stay away from this foundation. It also seeped into my lines here, my smile lines, and around my nose. Also as concealer, no, don't use it as concealer. Maybe to spot conceal, because it has coverage that way. Don't use it underneath the eyes. It creased so much under there. It was ridiculous. It also got really oily around the 8-hour mark. It got really, really oily around my nose, and I had to powder my whole face because I was going out. And when I did that, it kind of just evened everything out, and it looked flawless and beautiful with the Wet n Wild powder. Just really, really gorgeous. So that gives me hope on the foundation. And I definitely would mix argan oil with this foundation. This is one of the ones that I'd mix argan oil with, and I'd make sure to not put it underneath my eyes and use like my regular concealer and all that kind of stuff. But definitely the Beauty Blender side, it faded a lot quicker than the other side. Also, like I said before, in the sun, it does not look good. It looks so dry, and it just looks like it's breaking apart. And I do not have oily skin, and it just looked like it was breaking apart. I don't like this foundation as of right now at all. But I don't like to just leave you with a negative first impressions, because a first impression is not very fair, because I haven't tried it out for longer than a day. So I'm gonna try it out different ways, different brushes, mixing argan oil in there, which I usually do with matte foundations anyways. And I'm gonna come back in a week and give you my last full review thoughts on this foundation, just because I wanna be fair. And if I still don't like it, I will be honest, and I just won't like it, and I'll tell you guys, obviously. But yeah, so at the end of the night, after 11 hours, this is how it looks. Basically, you can see all my skin. And I even used a setting spray and a really good primer, and still not my favorite. I like the Fit Me Matte better. So wish me luck.